Well, greetings, saints. A few days ago, I sent out a video asking for prayer. I want to thank you for praying. I heard from a number of people. Last night, we had a Zoom conference prayer time. In it all, I've been trying to hear, what's the voice of God saying? We're all so eager to resume our Sunday morning gatherings. I know that during the pause, we've continued to be the church. We're worshiping, we're praying, we're seeking God, we're encouraging one another, we're learning, we're growing, we're receiving, but certainly eager to resume Sunday morning gatherings. What I'm hearing from the Lord is that certainly for tomorrow we'll live stream. We won't try to have regular gatherings of any sort. Hopefully we'll have a date soon. But I feel like the Holy Spirit is just saying to wait and to wait, not only patiently, but to wait in faith. That God really is doing something. I just get the sense that there's a timing of God in this thing that maybe I haven't understood. I'll personalize it. I feel like there's something God's doing in all of this that's going to be significant in the long run. The Lord brought me in one of the prayer times to Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10 is a significant passage where Daniel has an encounter with the Lord, and it starts by saying that he was fasting for 3 weeks. Chapter 10 verse 2 says, "In those days I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. I ate no pleasant food." Verse 3, "No meat nor wine came into my mouth." So he's fasting, he's praying, he's seeking God, and during that time, apparently there's no evidence that he's making any progress. Later on, though, the Lord comes to him in verse 12 and says, "Do not fear, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart to understand and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard." And then we find out that there's this whole drama going on while Daniel's praying, that he's being heard in heaven, but there's something else going on. There's a process, there's a warfare going on. And I felt like the Lord brought me to that, and I feel like it's significant because I think there's things that God's doing that we certainly, whenever we're going through things, we tend to personalize. Lord, what are you speaking to me? What are you saying to me right now? What are you maybe saying to us right here, right now? And that's right to do. But there's also a sense sometimes in which we have to realize there are some bigger things God's doing. There are other people, other dramas that we're not even aware of. And that's the sense I'm getting. And so I want to encourage you certainly to glean all you can from the Lord in this season. Hear from heaven, hear what God's saying to you personally. Where do you need to grow? Where do you need to take some ground in the things of God? But I really feel like there's some drama going on and lives are going to be touched. I feel like something's shaping up that's very, very significant. That's what I'm getting in my spirit. Kind of made me think of when you get onto an airplane, you're going to fly somewhere. A lot of times, they get everybody settled, seat belts and all that, and then you sit and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. And what you want to say is, "I'm ready, let's go." And there are other reasons why the plane isn't taking off. Now, sometimes the reason is just, they're loading baggage. Maybe they're they're filling the tanks with fuel. Could be very, very local. Maybe there's a little too much traffic in the airport you're in. I know sometimes, we've heard from the pilot as we've been sitting waiting, saying, that at our destination, hundreds of miles away, there are thunderstorms, and we're waiting for the weather to clear up hundreds of miles away before we take off. I was like, isn't that interesting? Things you can't imagine right now where you are. You look out and maybe the sky is blue and everything is good. Things you can't imagine in a whole nother place are delaying what looks like timing that you think is right. There's a drama going on. I want to say to you, saints, I feel like in my spirit there's a drama going on. Now we're going to continue to pray and ask the Lord to give favor. We want to resume the Sunday morning gatherings. I'm going to continue to interact with state officials, local officials, and really try to get a sense of, what's going on. And really one of the things I feel like the Lord's dropped in my spirit is I want to present to myself to them, and in a sense us to them, and say, how can we be part of a solution? How can we be the greatest blessing possible in this context? I don't want to simply be a squeaky wheel who's just like clamoring for having things, our way, so to speak. I want to go and say, okay, we see the need here. What can we do to be part of the solution? So I want you to continue to pray. Let's be patient in faith, believing that God's doing something. So tomorrow we'll live stream. We will keep you posted as soon as we're able to start having Sunday morning gatherings. We will do that. We'll do it with the appropriate protocols. In the meantime, let's continue to be the church. During this past 8, 9, 10 weeks, whatever it's been, we've not stopped being the church. We're reading our Bibles, we're praying, we're worshiping, we're encouraging one another. Let's continue to do that. May the Lord bless you with health, with spiritual health, with a sense of overcoming victory in your spirit in all things. God bless you, and I look forward to the time when we can gather and be side by side worshiping Jesus. God bless you all.